The decade of the retail apocalypse, the 2010s, showed us that retailers struggled to keep up with the surge of online shopping and, of course, the changing habits of consumers. Grady Trimble has literally been feeling the retail ice age outside all day in Chicago. Grady, you're a brave man.
Yeah, and we've got some snow on the ground for you, too, for the retail ice age. This is an old Sears. It used to be the place to go. Then it closed 2 or 3 years ago, and there was a record number of store closures across the country in 2019. 9,300 retail locations closed down in the last year alone, and then in the past decade, even more. Sears and Kmart closed more than 3,000 locations in the last 10 years. Toys R Us, another big retailer, or used to be until it had to close down 800 locations. Blockbuster, you remember those, they've closed more than 1,700 locations. And there's a tough road ahead for many retailers in 2020 with planned closures across all categories from high end to low end. All the stores that you see on your screen right now, all of those retailers have some sort of planned closures for 2020. Many of them have already filed for bankruptcy. But it was also a triumphant decade for many retailers. Look at Lululemon and Ulta stocks up more than 1,000% in the last 10 years because they paid attention to e-commerce and got ahead of it. And then Home Depot up more than 650% because of the recovery of the housing market. Now, I want to show you something here at this old Sears parking lot. There's a great irony here that it's now a parking lot for these Amazon delivery trucks. So I think the message is very clear here that if you don't adapt to e-commerce, you're going to end up like this. Ashley?
It's almost cruel to see the Amazon vans in the closed down Sears store. Great stuff, Grady. Run back inside. Appreciate it.
Survival of the fittest.
Yes.
Now here with us, Heatha Herzog, retail analyst. Heatha, Grady mentioned some of the names that have really taken advantage of retail, the new trends in retail, if you will. But I look at some of the brick and mortar stores like Target or Nordstrom that just popped up in my neighborhood, taking advantage of the fact consumers can order, come in, pick up, do returns, trying to sort of turn the tide on brick and mortar a little. What do you think?
A lot of these retailers, especially the ones that you were talking about, spent a lot of capital expenditure on making sure that not only their online was up to par in the way that consumers now spend, but also in multiple different arenas. So I use this term a lot. I think I'm going to actually retire it after 2020, but we're talking about omni-channel retailing. But it's not just about going to the store, going online, getting the catalog. It's really about this online pickup, or go to the store, get order online, get it picked up at the store, getting packages delivered to a location and then picking it up. When you think about the Amazon packages that now you could get at Whole Foods, and also subscriptions too. So I was looking at the study done by Oracle that said 96% of Gen Z will have some sort of subscription to a retailer, whether it's getting a box or getting some sort of Amazon Prime delivery. So that's the way that this is going. And when retailers can sort of accommodate that, that's when you're going to see them do better than maybe the typical Sears.
Real quick, Heatha, let me ask you this. I mean, the consumer is alive and well, out shopping for the holiday season. Yes, how their shopping has changed. Online sales, I think, were up almost 20% year on year, but people feel good about the economy and they spent money, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you look at the retail index, it's up year over year, 25%. So not only are people spending, people feel good about the economy, and you're seeing the retail stocks display that as well.
Heatha, great to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.